Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Selvakumar, Assistant Professor, Government College of Engineering, Tanjavur. So, in this telecommunication network management subject, the previous lectures discussed about the basics of network management and the network management standards. Now, I am going to discuss about the lecture about the network management models. So, topics overview. As I already stated, that base of network management and network management standards are completed. Now the next topics below the standard is the network management model. This network management model comprises of four models. One is the organization model, information model, communication model, and the function model. Now we have to that organization model. This network management model is the OSI network model is an ISO standard and is most complete of all the models. You see in the next slide. So network management models, the common models and the complete network model, and you see OSI network model. OSI means Open System Interconnection Network Model, which is adopted by the ISO standard, International Standard Organization. It is the most complete model, and this model is the structured, and it addresses all aspects of management structure, and it addresses all aspects of management. That is all aspects of management. So it is a completed. It is a completed network management model. So now further modification in that there. So it is a nowadays is used most popular in the telecommunication network management. So below figure shows the network management architectural model of the OSI. So this is the OSI network management architectural model. So it, which comprises of the four models. So that is the organization model, information model, communication model, and the functional model. Now let us discuss about the each model individually, a overview of the each model in the next slide. Overview of the individual models. So we discussed that above classification, that is the architectural model of the OSI network management, OS network standard to maintain the network management. This organization model describes the components of the network management system. So among these four models, this organization model of the OSI systems, it describes the components of the network management systems, their functions and their infrastructure. Their functions and their infrastructure. This organization model is defined in the ISO 10040 OSI system management. This organization model gives a deep description defined and also built in the OSI ISO 10040 OSI system management. It defines the themes in terms of object, agent, and the manager. It defines the terms object, agent, and the manager. This organization model further again classified into the two-tier network organization model, three-tier network organization model, and the manager of managers organization model, and the dual role of the management process. There are several process in this organization model. This model always describes the behavior of the function and the infrastructure of the OSI systems. And next is the so in that object model, they are using the unmanaged object and managed object and the agent process. Agent process object means managed object, unmanaged object. Agent means agent process and manager, and also having the MDB. MDB means management database. These are all applicable in the organization model. Next, OSI information model. This OSI information models deals with the structure and organization of the management information. structure and organization of the management information. What is the structure and organization of the management? This information models having the lots of information and stores the information in having the such a database. They having the database. That database we call it the management information base (MIB), and the structure of management information (SIMI). Structure of the management information and the information database. So it describes how the management is structured, and the MIB deals with the relationship and the storage of management information. So all the information that should be stored and the information of the valuable information are stored by this information model in the OSI standard. Next thing is the communication model, which is the third model of the OSI management. This model comprises of uh, three components, and that is what are the management application process, layer management between layers, and layer operation which is within the layer. Management application process. This this communication model will process the application that functions in the application layer. So this OS model comprises of 7 layers. That is a physical layer, a data link layer, logic control layer, and medium layer, and then application layer. There are 7 layers of there. This application layer is the top layer of the OSI protocol that function application layer process are handled by this communication model. And then another component is the layer management between layers. So between the layer, the communication between the layers, the physical layer and the data link layer and the logic layer, and between that different layers of the OS model, that management are done by this communication model of the OSI. Layer operation, which is within the layer. Within the layer, there are doing some operations. The physical layers is responsible for the transmission of the information of the transmission medium. Either it is a coaxial cable, either it is a fiber optic cable, and either it is a wireless medium, or any other router. This operation done by the physical layer of the OSI. Physical layer of the OSI. That operations within this layer that managed by the communication model in the OSI management. Next one is the functional model. This is the fourth component of the OSI management. So, which deals the user-oriented requirements of the network management. So, user-oriented requirement of the user-oriented requirement of the network management means. So, what are the users need? Users need the performance and getting the pay bill and accounting of the users, how much data they are used, and any fault will occur that should be restored immediately. And these functions already discussed 5 functional application areas, namely that fault, performance, security, and accounting. So configuration, and accounting. These 5 functional application areas are uh, happened by the functional model, and that configuration for an user side, that is the configuration is more important, and also updation of the configuration also more important. So that functions and other things are handled and deals by the functional model for the user end requirements of the OSI. So next, uh, as mentioned earlier, only OSI is the most complete model for network management. Uh, so one more thing I remember here, OSI is the most complete model for the network management. OSI most complete for the network management. while the others either deal with the only subset or still in the process of development of standards. Still in the process of development of standard means this IEEE 802, 802.1, 802.2, 802.15.1, 802. For example, it is works under the 5 gigahertz. Some standard of the IEEE are works under the 2.4 gigahertz, 2.4 gigahertz. So these are all this still in the process of the development of standards, and the web-based object-oriented classes are in the development standards. So that's why we are saying that this OSI is the most complete model for the network management. So the OSI deals with all the seven networks as let's you all know. The second standard, in the previous lecture we discussed of the different standards. One is the OSI and another one is the internet model, that is SNMP. SNMP means simple network management protocol, management protocol standard. This second standard is the SNMP. It is used mostly for the administration and security purposes, and also for the campus wide networks, which is used for the campus wide networks, that is shown in here. So this IETF means in Internet Engineering Task Force, does not define the architecture for the SNP management model explicitly. So that OSI model, OSI standard having the different models, that is the organization, information, communication, and functional model. Similarly, that IETF does not define any architectural model for the SNMP management, SNMP management mode explicitly. So some of the models that are used in the OSI are common for the this SNMP protocols. That's what is common, that the organization, information, and the communication model are similar to the OSI models. That OSI standard having four models. Some of them will be most similar to that the in the SNMP also. The SNP network management model address the functional model in terms of operation, administration, and security. Only the variations in among the four models in SNMP or internet protocol IP, that functional model only differed from the OSI standards. The functional model only differed from the OSI standards in terms of the operation, administration, and the security. This SNMP based management is widely used for campus wide networks, although enterprise wide networks, and are also managed by the using distributed configuration of the SNMP based network management system. So NMS means network management systems. This SNMP is a very simple model when compared to the OSI. So OSI is a very complication compared to the SNMP, and this will be used mostly worldwide for the updation of the networks standards. Next is the TMN, Telecommunication Management Network, which is based on the OSI model. Thus, four models OSI standard, which is based on the OSI architectural standard. Thus, the four models applied to TMN are thus the four models means that four models means here organization model, information model, communication model, and the functional model of the uh, TMN are based on the OSI model. Whatever in the OSI model, that is a complete standard. That also focused in the TMN. The focus of the TMN is towards managing telecommunication networks. Its main focus of this TMN to manage the telecommunication networks. As mentioned earlier, only OSI it extend the application function. It extend the application function of OSI further into business and service considerations. So this TMN always extends into the business and the service consideration, and also this operation system supports service and business management. So how I say that this TMN having the same four models of the OSI, and it's having its extends their application function of OSI further into the business and service oriented. Business and service oriented means all of you know that business service that without without any cost we don't have the data. We don't sharing the information to your neighbors or making a call to others. So that is explained here. That is the explained here. That is support service and business management. And the fourth standard is the IEEE standard. Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers and Management has developed several protocols. IEEE is an international standard that developed several protocols of several applications. For example, Ethernet applications 802.3 is for the Ethernet applications, and Bluetooth applications. For example, say Bluetooth is a separate protocol, and other LAN, MAN, LAN, MAN, and it also addresses standards on the broadband and network management. Broadband network management, which of the great relevance to the current technologies. So today is the broadband network management is the which more very popular for the greater speed of the internet. Internet for uploading and downloading of the data, downloading of the data, since it deals only with the physical and data link layer. So it deals with the physical and data link layer of the OSI model. It is primarily concerned with the communication model. It is the primarily communication. The communication models only varied in this fourth standard of the IEEE, fourth standard of the network management, right? That 802.1 and other things, it is primarily concerned with the communication model also. That only the communication model is the deferred, right? Next. So, and the fifth one is the emerging technologies. Emerging technologies standard, that is the web-based and object-oriented management. Web-based and object-oriented management. The organization model uses the web server and web browser architecture. That organization model uses the web server and web browser architecture. Much of the object-oriented technology, such as hypermedia, HTTP, Corba, oriented protection, client server push technology, are influencing based on the web-based management. Are influencing based on the web-based management. Applications developed under web-based management could still fall under the OSI functional model. So applications developed under web-based management could still fall under the functional model. Could still fall under the functional model, right? Yeah, any application which was developed by the web-based management could still fall under the OSI functional model. Um, I think I hope that you are all very good learning from the network management models. The network management models among this from this topics, we come to the conclusions that network management models in the network management model, OSI is the most complete standard of the all the standards. Most of the standards are compatible with the OSI model. Compatible with the OSI model. Um, so that is a OSI model. That is a organization model, information model, and the communication model, and functional model of the OSI standard are also applicable to the TMN also, and some SNMP having the same that organization information and communication only differs in the functional model. Only differs in the functional model. Similarly, the web-based also that IEEE also used the uh, uh, that last two layers, physical and the data link layers. The web-based also use the OSI functional model. So on the next lecture, we uh, go through it's a overview of the different models and go through a full-fledged into the next slide. Um, and again, I hope that you all understand this uh, network management models. Um Thank you. Thank you all.